Hey guys, welcome to God Business, GODBIZNESS. Because doesn't business make sense spelled like that instead of bussiness, BUS? You know what I'm saying? Bussiness. This is God Business. And I'm your host. My host name has to do with some other things that we might get into in the future, but it's Isis Healing. You gonna feel it here. So on this episode, we are going to talk about, quote, standing on business. Okay. So my day has barely even started, guys. If you know me, I'm not an early bird, but I do get the worm. Okay. I prefer rising closer to noon. Closer to noon, that's usually when I'm awake. But today, it's barely 8, and I've been up for probably 2 hours just laying here thinking, and I even had to write a journal. So let me take you through this story. So imagine yourself, you end up dating or meeting somebody who has literally almost all of the qualifications you wanted. Like, they're wealthy. And when I say wealthy, I mean not just wealthy enough to buy you a house in the suburbs. I mean bi-coastal living, already owns multiple properties. You feel me? They're an executive, like sit in the C-suites in finance. You talking about you want a finance bro? This isn't just a finance bro. This is finances bros, boss's boss's boss. You know what I'm saying? So the money is there. The respect, the work ethic, the intelligence. There's so many things you desire. On top of it all, attractive, right? Because that's also on my list. Like, let's be for real. Some girls be like, oh, they don't need to be cute. No, for me, listen, I want every single thing on my list. But this is, again, coming back to standing on business. So imagine somebody like that finds you. You don't even find them. They find you, right? And then you have to stand on business and be like, it's not good enough, right? That takes effort. That takes work. That takes real effort. And this goes way beyond just a relationship. I'm talking anything that you want in life. Like, say you want a specific car. Say that the car you desire is a Rolls-Royce Cullinan Series 2 with the champagne set. And yes, I'm being specific because I'm talking about myself. Absolutely, that is the car that I desire. But let's say that's you, right? Or whatever your car is, if it's a Bentley Bentayga or really the Bentley Continental GT, right? If it's that, because I also want that, you know what I'm saying? So you have a specific car in mind, but let's be specific right now. Let's say we're talking about the Rolls-Royce Cullinan Series 2 with the champagne set, because with the champagne set is different than without. So I'm being specific, right? Say that's what's on your list of desires. And then somebody comes and they bring you a Rolls-Royce Cullinan Series 1. Or a Rolls-Royce Cullinan Series 2 without the champagne set. Are you going to take it? I'm giving you a moment to think about it. Because are you going to take it? Are you going to be like, oh, okay, like, this is close enough to what I wanted, so I get it? That's how I think about this situation when I'm explaining this scenario about dating, right? So for me, if somebody's offering me the Rolls-Royce Cullinan Series 2 without the champagne set, no thanks. No thanks. No thanks. Am I picky? Yes, absolutely. Right. I'm the kind of person who, when someone looks at my list of standards, sometimes some of them, with their lack of belief, say, really, is all that necessary? You're not going to find somebody with all of that on there. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to find that exact car that I'm talking about. Not just the Rolls-Royce Cullinan Series 2 with the champagne set, but also with the orange interior. Also with the all black outside. Okay? Yes, I'm finding it to the T. And honestly, it's the amount of belief that I have. I believe that I live in a world where I can have, be, do anything and everything that I desire. And the more age I get, the wiser I become in learning the signs of the universe and how to speak to God and hearing when God speaks to me. And this has a lot to do with desire, right? This is a very great example of this. So it's like how people say that God or the universe, quote, tests you when you say you want something. To me, I don't believe that it's necessarily God is putting me to the test. I don't think God has to test me about anything, but it's just the universe seeing, am I really certain that I want this thing? Right? Because if I say I want a Rolls-Royce Cullinan Series 2 with the champagne set, the universe can offer me a Bentley Bentayga and see, oh, this is a nice car too. Do you want this? And it's on me to stand on business and be like, no, that's not what I want. I didn't say I want a Bentley Bentayga. Cool car, not for me. Not for me. I want a Rolls-Royce Cullinan Series 2 with the champagne set. By the end of this video, everybody gonna know what that car is. If you haven't seen it yet, look it up. Specifically with the champagne set. Why I want the champagne set is because I want my car to be chauffeured. Like, I'm planning on sitting in the back. Yes, I want the cooler right there. I don't drink alcohol, so what's gonna be in my cooler is probably a tall bottle of sparkling mineral water, Perrier, or whatever the next. Yes, that is what I'll be having in my champagne flutes as somebody picks me up and drops me off in my car, where I'm controlling the music from the back seat, relaxing on those beautiful soft rugs in the back. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about right here. But getting out of my car and getting back into this conversation, what I'm saying is that through time, I'm realizing what these quote lessons are that people say, right? When you say you want something, are you willing to stand on business about it, right? Because it's so funny to me, because I've experienced something kind of like this before, where like about maybe 2 years ago, I was dating a guy who, again, was very, very well off, had a lot of nice things, was kind, was calm, all of these nice things, great at planning super fun, beautiful dates, and I was super attracted to him. All these great things. And I was thinking, wow, maybe I found the one, right? Maybe this is it, And I spent about 1.5 years with that guy. Just for me at the end to be like, no, this wasn't actually all that I desired. And I realized I had been skipping over something very crucial. And I kind of did it again this time. So even with this time, like, the guy checked so many things off my list. But it was a little different this time because I'm in a very different emotional state, right? So last night I wrote in my journal, and I was journaling about this guy, right? Because since I started talking to this guy, I'd been pretty excited. Oh, blah, 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 And I started thinking about how I feel, right? It's very important to consider your feelings in anything and everything you're doing. how do you feel, right? So I'm thinking about how I feel. And in my journal last night, I'm writing, I feel amazing. I feel calm. I feel loved. I feel super excited, super excited. All these great and beautiful feelings. And, I went to sleep. And I barely slept, honestly. I went to sleep pretty late. And I told you I'm already up. And I was up probably before 6 a.m. It was dark out when I woke up. And it's because I've been thinking, right? I've been thinking, and then I had a conversation with Spirit and my mother, and I'm like, listen, let's actually dissect this. And what I came to find is that, yes, I am feeling very excited. Yes, I'm feeling very loved. I'm feeling very enthused. I'm feeling very blessed. I'm feeling very aligned and joyful and abundant and stable and secure. And I'm so grateful for all of these amazing feelings I'm feeling. I also know that these feelings didn't come about just when I met this guy. These feelings have been about because of the things that I have been putting in place in my life, things that I have been consistently working towards every single day. For this past year, I have not been playing about me. Guys, when I tell you I have not been playing about me, I've not been playing about me. Everything from my daily gratitude practice, and I'm talking daily. I have a gratitude ritual I practice every single day, every single day, every single day. I have a gratitude practice, and I'm not just talking say thank you. No, like truly getting into the spirit of gratitude. Other things I've been doing, rituals, speaking to my ancestors in spirit, praying, dancing, allowing myself to be free, a number of things, listening to motivating things, cultivating a circle of love around me, things like this, things that I've been serious and intentional about, that I've been working on for the last year, is the reason I'm feeling like this, not because of anybody. And I believe that's why I'm at such a good place to be in a relationship. And that's why I was a bit disappointing when I came to find out that, dang, this isn't it, because I feel more ready for a relationship than I ever have, right? Because I don't need a relationship to make me feel these good feelings, because I'm already prepackaged, right? Like, I'm like the Amazon package that's delivered, already put together. There's no part, batteries are already included. Batteries are already included. In fact, I came already turned on out of the box. You don't even have to look for the switch to turn me on. I'm already there. I'm already there. And that's such a beautiful place to begin a relationship, right? Starting from being there instead of trying to, dig yourself out of the hole, and that's why I stand on business about what I want. I'm not willing at this place in my life. I'm not at the place where I'm willing to, quote, build somebody financially. Financially, heck no. Am I willing to build somebody emotionally? Heck no. No, I also want a package delivered at my door, pre-packaged, already put together, pre-assembled, batteries included, already turned on. That is what I desire, because that is what I'm bringing to the table. When I say I am the whole table, that is in fact what I am. Because for me, I'm everything that I need. And that's why I had to go back and reanalyze what I was talking about in that journal that I wrote yesterday. In this journal, I am giving credit where credit is not due, thinking that these amazing feelings are coming from this person. And then earlier at the start of the day, before I decided to record this, I had another journal entry, and I spoke about the truth of what's actually going on and getting into my feelings for real. And I came to find out that the feelings that I was feeling are of no result of what that person is doing for me. Because when I went and analyzed their actions alone, they were not fulfilling me. They were not making me feel more loved or more joy. They were just very mediocre at best, the action being put forth by this person. And I was just so grateful to God that I opened my eyes and saw that right now. And that's why I think it's so important to think about how you feel, right? Think about how you feel before you interacted with somebody and how you feel as a result of your actions with that person. And this person's actions made me feel like I was one of a dozen, right? Like an option, as in, je ne sais not quoi. Like, not the creme de la creme, right? And I wasn't even peeping that because of just how good I feel. It's just crazy. Like, I didn't even put it together until I had a reminder from Spirit yesterday that said, no, really get into this. How do you feel? How does this person specifically make you feel, right? And it's not that in a relationship or in life you should rely on people or things to make you feel a certain way, right? You don't want to wait until the financial abundance comes streaming in to feel abundant, or else you're never going to reach the place where financial abundance is streaming in. You have to start by feeling the feelings of abundance. What comes with feeling abundant? Ease, clarity, peace of mind, peace of spirit, right? These are the things that come with feeling abundant, at ease. And you can feel that ease in any moment. In any moment you can feel at ease. It's just the thoughts you choose to think. So, thinking about this feeling in love, I've been in love. I've been feeling in love for the past, I don't know how long now. And it's not because there's any specific person in my life who is, writing me special notes and making me feel that way. That special person in my life is me. I do write myself special notes. I do say nice things to myself. I get myself pretty flowers. I take myself out to nice places to eat, which I could do that more and treat myself more. I deserve to celebrate me a little bit more. I do, because I've been working hard. This standing on business is not for the faint of heart. People now, that trend hashtag standing on business, but how many people can really stand on business? How many people can say that they want a Rolls Royce Cullinan Series 2 with the champagne set, and if they're offered a Rolls Royce Series 2, will turn it down and say, no, I'm waiting for something better, right? Like, it takes serious effort, and it takes serious belief, right? It takes serious belief in, quote, the God that you serve, right? I believe that I am a God, right? I have the power to create, and that God moves through me. So I know that everything I desire has the ability to manifest in this lifetime. And I'm at a place where I am willing to stand 10 toes in what I believe. And I'm not looking for validation from anyone else to say, you're justified in standing in that belief. I don't need you to agree with me that what I believe is right. And in fact, you can believe that what I believe is crazy. That's fine. That is absolutely fine. If you think that I'm crazy for not accepting the Rolls Royce Cullinan Series 2 because it doesn't have the champagne set I asked for. But for me, I asked for the champagne set and the driver. So that is what I'm going to wait for happily, and that's also the difference too in manifesting things, is being able to wait in a place of peace. So this whole conversation is like way bigger than just some relationship, right? Because For me, maybe that's something that I'm desiring, right? A romantic relationship with someone who makes me feel all of these great things and is all of these kind of great ways. But maybe for you, what you're desiring right now is financial abundance. Or maybe for you, what you're desiring is greater health, right? It could be anything. Better partnerships at work, better relationships with your family. It could be anything, whatever it is that's on your mind at the forefront. You have to know that with great desire comes great actualization. When you have a burning desire and you don't stop, you will absolutely get what it is you desire, no matter what that desire is. If that is a business that looks this specific way, that offers these kinds of services, if you stand 10 toes in your belief that you're going to create this, it will manifest with time. That thing will manifest. And the more you believe, the faster it is coming towards you. I 100% believe that. With all of me, I believe that. So no matter what your belief is, you just have to be willing to stand 10 toes on that and not look for outside validation. No one is going to be there to validate what it is you believe, because most people wait until they see to believe. So if you say that this is what I believe, especially when you're in a place and the people around you don't have what it is you desire, right? So even if it is that Rolls Royce Cullinan Series 2 with the champagne set, if most people who are around you haven't even been in a BMW, let alone own one, how are they supposed to even imagine you not only in a Rolls Royce, but owning a Rolls Royce Cullinan Series 2 with the champagne set that comes with a driver? They can't even fathom that. They can't even fathom that. So you can't expect other people to cheer on your dreams, even though it's something we desire. Like, oh, we want your family and friends and your loved ones to support you in the things you desire. But sometimes they just can't, because their mind doesn't think in the way that yours does. And that doesn't mean you're thinking wrong. That just means believe harder. Believe harder so that you can show them it actually exists, right? And not just so you can show them it actually exists, but just so you can live in your desire. You're desiring it for a reason. And the reason we desire everything and anything that we desire is because we believe we will feel better in the having of it, right? We believe that as a result of having these things I desire, I'm going to feel, if anything, at least bare minimum, I'm going to be happier because of it, right? When you desire a car, that's why you think you want the car, because you believe you'll feel better or happier in the having of it. When you desire a relationship, you believe that once you get this, you will feel happier in the having of it. So it's just being able to create that happiness you desire before ever seeing that car pull into the driveway, or that person, that romantic partner you desire, that before you see them walking in to your shared home and greeting you with a smile. It's before you see those things in real life, being able to smile and be overjoyed because you know they're on their way. It's just as if you're looking for that SP, what does SP mean to people again? Significant person, significant partner, whatever. If you're looking for that person, it's like having a feeling as if they went to the store and they're coming back, right? And when they're coming back from the store, they're bringing you something that you enjoy. And let alone, it's just going to be them, right? So having that anticipation and being able to enjoy that and not feeling like that they're some faraway land and you haven't met them, but being able to maintain a consistent feeling of like happiness about it and happy anticipation, literally like they went to the store and they're just on their way back, like continuing to feel that good during the wait. While you're waiting for your car to pull up, like the driver just took it to the car wash and they coming back with your car to pick you up and take you shopping. If that's what you desire, right? Happily anticipating, not like, oh my gosh, I still have to work to make 500,000 in order to afford this car. That's too crazy. No, like you for sure want to stay away from regarding your own dreams and desires is crazy. Don't be one of those people, when you say the things you desire, don't laugh afterwards. Don't be like, oh, I want a Rolls Royce Cullinan Series 2 with the champagne set. Ha ha. I mean, yeah, if I can. No, don't downplay what you desire, because if you don't believe in it, it for sure won't be happening. And you'll just continue to laugh at yourself for the rest of your life, right? That's not standing on business. Standing on business is saying with your chest, I own a Rolls Royce Series 2, a Rolls Royce Cullinan Series 2 with the champagne set. And it comes with my personal driver. And he takes me everywhere I need to be, everywhere I want to go, right? That's the car I'm hopping in today for brunch. Period. No laughs about it. Because this is period, point blank. This is my life I'm talking about here. So that just comes with standing on business. And standing on business really does mean listening to your intuition. Because sometimes we can look at things and be like, well, God, how is this wrong for me? Because outwardly, it doesn't seem like this person is wrong for me. They haven't really done anything wrong. In fact, they do check a lot of check boxes off my list. But it's listening and hearing your intuition say, no, but that's not enough, right? Looking at that Rolls Royce Cullinan Series 1 or the Rolls Royce Cullinan Series 2 and being like, that's not what I asked for, and politely putting it down, right? When you go to the buffet, it's not settling for the first thing you see in line because you're not sure if that thing that you actually desire is going to be there. That sweet banana pudding that you've been looking forward to is actually going to be there at the end of the buffet line. So you settle for the rice pudding because it's the first thing you see, or it's the second thing you've seen, or the third thing you've seen. It doesn't matter how many other things you've seen before you see this thing. If it's not the thing you desire, it's still not the thing, right? And being able to gracefully put it down and say, no, I'll wait. And just knowing that just because you say you'll wait doesn't mean it's going to take another 2 years before something like this comes around. And that's the point of growth. That's the point of doing this thing called life, is learning from what we've experienced in the past. Right? Like I said, I've experienced a situation like this before. And I ended up being involved in that situation for 1.5 years before it really hit me that I'm playing myself. I am not standing on business. I was crumbling. There was no business to stand on because I had folded that hard. And that's okay. And that's okay because 2 years later, the same thing came up. And it's so funny because people always say in life, like, you'll keep meeting the same person in different clothing over and over again until you realize the lesson, the quote lesson, and stand up. And I learned my lesson. I will not meet another person dressed in this cloak again. I won't, because I learned, and I learned quick. I'm telling you, it had only been a couple of weeks, and I peeped just before I slid and lost the whole business. I stood up. Now I'm 10 toes in this business, y'all. And I'm really proud of myself because that is growth. Like, let me pat myself on the back here. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Yeah, I deserve that. I deserve that. And I hope you guys are patting yourselves on the back too, because you're learning lessons too. Like, we're all learning lessons, and there's things we really must learn in order to move forward. And for me, one thing that I've really been learning in this period of my life is I have the ability to have every and anything I desire. I can be, do, or have all that I desire. Literally everything I desire to a T. To a T. I'm talking all the way to a Rolls-Royce Cullinan Series 2 with the champagne set. Period. I'm telling you, I really believe this. I know I don't even believe, right? Because belief is almost something you do without full knowing. I know this to be a fact. I am 100% certain that I have the ability to have, be, or do anything I desire in this life. Any and every single thing. And when it comes to things that I desire, I'm not stopping short of that. No longer am I accepting anything less than 100%. When I say I want A to Z, I'm talking A to Z. We're not stopping A to F. No. A to M. No. A to Q. No. A to U. No. A to X. No. A to Y. Still no. I said I want A to Z. A to Z. And that is what I'm going to get. A to Z. Start to finish. I'm talking, I want 100% on that test. I'm not accepting less than 100%. That's it. That's it. And if you're wondering how to stand on business, that's how you stand on business. You follow your intuition. You trust what Spirit is saying to you. And trusting your intuition does take effort, because sometimes you won't see exactly, quote, what's wrong or what's inadequate about this thing. It might look good. It might be jewels and shining on the outside. But your intuition speaks to all that is, right? Speaks to the spirit within that thing that you're desiring. And it knows if this is what you need or if this is not what you need. So it takes being able to trust that your intuition is guiding you in the right direction. And albeit it might look like everything, if it's not everything, Spirit is going to guide you towards everything. And you just have to be able to trust. Literally, you just have to be able to trust that God is leading you in the right direction. And let go, right? And that also just goes into the kind of mindset you have, coming from either an abundance mindset state or a lack mind state. And this doesn't mean like your mind state is going to stay the same way. It's just where you are at this moment in time. So being aware of that, because that affects how you think. So if you're in a lack mindset, you're often thinking about what you can't afford, the things you don't have the money to do, or your lack of access to this thing you desire, all the things you don't have. And yeah, you're just from that place of minus, right? Glass half empty. Versus an abundance mind state where the glass is half full, where you're thinking about all the things you can afford, all the things you do have, all the joy and blessings that are around you. And being in a state of abundance mindset doesn't mean necessarily that you have all of the things you desire. It just means that you are grateful for all of the things you do have and that you do desire, right? Because we all are desiring more. And that's why we continue to exist, because we desire more. We desire more things. We desire more love. We desire more financial abundance. We're always desiring more, right? And being abundant means being able to be here in this now and being grateful for all that I have, knowing that I do still want more, but I'm very happy with where I am. Very happy, genuinely happy. Not just happy enough to say, just because I think it's good to practice, quote, gratitude. So I'm just going to say, yeah, thanks for the money that I do have in my account. Even though in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, gosh, this is not enough. I need 15,000 more. And then I can't even afford to pay this. That's not gratitude mindset. That's not abundance mindset. Abundance mindset is being able to say, wow, I'm really grateful for this $100 that I have, because with this, I can afford to get that dress that I want. I could afford to buy those cards that I want. I could afford to get 5 tanks of gas. I could afford, and truly being grateful for every single thing that you can afford. That is abundance. That is abundance. And just like that verse in the Bible says, those who have will have an abundance, and those who don't have, even what they have will be taken from them. In that state, you can replace the invisible word with gratitude. Those who have gratitude will have an abundance, and those who do not have gratitude, even what they have will be taken. This kind of goes back to that saying of the poor get poorer, the rich get richer. The richer your mind state is, the richer financially and all the lees, spiritually, emotionally, lovely you will become. Right? And the poorer you are in gratitude, in abundance, in love, in spiritual health, the poorer you will become there until you have gratitude for what you have. So that is definitely what has brought me to this point of feeling so fulfilled that I almost got it confused, thinking that someone else was bringing me this feeling and not realizing, hold on, I worked for this. I'm telling you, and I continue to work for this amazing feeling every single day. Every single day I wake up and choose to think thoughts that make me feel good. I choose to look at the world from a place of light. I choose to see the love in people's eyes. I choose to see the good in people's hearts. I choose to see the good in myself, the beauty in me, and the beauty in the world around me. I am choosing that every single day. Every single day, right? Because how we feel is a choice. How we feel is a choice. So take time to think about that and allow that to make sense to you. Because sometimes, especially when you're spiraling, it gets to this point of feeling like, oh my gosh, my feelings are out of my control. But your feelings are never out of your control. They're not. The only reason you feel is because you think, right? Your thoughts are what create your emotional state. So take inventory of your thoughts. What are you thinking about right now? What have you been thinking about? What did you wake up thinking about today? Did you wake up thinking about what went wrong yesterday? Right? Or 2 weeks ago, or 3 years ago, or worse yet, 10 years ago? Are you still thinking about that pain that happened when you were 5 years old? And right now you're going on 30? Is that you? Is that you? And then you're wondering why you're stressed, why you're sad, Baby, it's because you're choosing it. You're choosing it. You are not sad because someone hurt you 5 years ago. You're not sad because someone hurt you 2 days ago. You are sad because you are choosing to think these sad thoughts. That is why you're sad, right? You are the only one in control of how you feel. And you choose how you feel based on your thoughts. So you have to exert effort to think these good thoughts, and in the beginning, it does feel like effort to choose to think good thoughts, right? It does feel like effort after spending time thinking about the past so often and getting depressed thinking about the past, because that's what brings about depression, is ruminating over the past. And then the anxiety, which comes with thinking of the future, fear of the future. Because I believe that God is in the now, right? So when we're in the past or in the future, we're missing out on the present moment that's here and now, where spirit, our ancestors, God, and all that exists all of the power is here and now. So when we're in those two different time places, we're missing out on the riches and the abundance of now. And that's often what leads to that turbulent emotional state of depression or anxiety, right? And so when you're coming out of those places, it does feel like effort to choose to think about the good, to think about how it's a good thing that the sun rose today, how much of a different world it would be if the sun didn't rise today. And because of that, thinking of how grateful you are that the sun rose today. It's such a blessing that the sun is continuing to rise every single day. That is one of my blessings. Seriously. Another blessing is that the air is filled with nutrients that allow me to live, right? There are atmospheres that don't contain the same mixture of oxygen, nitrogen, hydrogen, and carbon, amongst other things that allow my body to be fueled with life, right? God is in this air. That's why I'm breathing. That's why I'm alive. There's so many things to be grateful for. And really, when you're in that depression, that anxiety of the future, it's hard to see the good that is now. And sometimes that'll leave you thinking the world has gone to SHIT. Oh, there's nothing good going on in the world. It'll make you think those thoughts. And so in the beginning, it does take effort to say, you might complain, but if you do, follow it up by saying, but I have to say I am grateful that blank. What are you grateful that? I have to say I am grateful that the sun came up today. Right? And eventually, after putting in effort to think positive thoughts, you'll just naturally run on positive. Your engine will get used to starting on that high heat of positivity, of love, of abundance and joy. You won't have to go and crank the car up and, let it run for 30 minutes before getting inside of it. This is an Amazon package that is pre-assembled, batteries included, already turned on at delivery. If you want to get to that state, it's going to take first some effort, especially depending on where you're starting from. It will, right? And sometimes it won't feel like the easiest thing, but it gets easier and easier and easier and easier. And your life gets better and better and better. And your heart becomes more filled with joy, more filled with joy, more filled with joy. And that's really the end goal in this life, is to be happy. right? Not just at the end when our spirits leave these flesh suits and return to being one with all that is, but to be happy here and now. And you can achieve that happiness. You can. You can. One positive thought at a time. One positive thought at a time. One positive thought at a time. Right? We're talking about heaven on earth. Heaven on earth. And I actually recorded an episode about heaven. So that might be our next podcast episode. So yeah, that was just a little bit of life lessons I am grateful to have learned. Grateful to have learned. And this is one for all the girlies and boys out there who are standing on business, who really know what it means to stand 10 toes on something you believe wholeheartedly, right? Be it love, be it health, be it wealth, be it things, physical manifestations, whatever it is, standing 10 toes, So get in my comments, hashtag standing 10 toes. Right? Put two feet in the comments if you're standing 10 toes. It's okay if you're not standing 10 toes either. If you're standing 5 toes, you can be 5 toes. You can stand 5 toes. That's okay. That's okay. It takes a little bit more effort to stand 5 toes. You need a little more core strength to help you with the balance. But if that's where you're at, that's where you're at. And be grateful for them 5 toes you're standing on. Because it's better than standing on one. So, this is just about being grateful for where you are while being excited about what's to come. So, if anything, I hope this helped. I hope this helped you in some way, If anything, at least made you laugh or brought you some form of entertainment over the last 45 minutes to an hour we've spent together. So, that's all I have for you today, this episode of God Bizness. Where we talk about any and everything related to God, which is everything, because God is all that is. God is all that is. Everything that is God. Including me, including you, including the air, including the planet, including the stars, the trees, the moon. Oh, the air. How grateful I am for you, God. Wow. Thank you for joining. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if anything that I said resonated with you today, how you're feeling, one thing you're grateful for, or how many toes you're standing on. I'd love to hear and engage with you. I pray that you have a blessed day. I pray that God watches over all of us. That every time we continue to take a breath, we remember that God is real. We feel the presence of God in our lives, not just when we are sick and in need of healing and God performs a miracle, but every day when we open our eyes, that we realize that this is a miracle right here and now, that we even exist, that our life continues to get happier and happier. That we allow ourselves to think happy thoughts, and that we enjoy and embrace and celebrate that happiness that comes to us because of a result of our own doing. I pray that life continue to get better for all of us. And I pray that as life continues to get better for us, we see a community of people around us whose lives are also improving, whose days are also going well, whose spirits are also very high, and whose lives are also filled with abundance and joy. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you for joining me. So, peace, love, and blessings. I see you.